So I just got back from watching Super Mario Galaxy, and as a 26-year-old, I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of my guilty pleasure. People had Transformers back then, there were whatever, and then Twilight, which was god awful. But for me, it's Super Mario. And in this new Super Mario Galaxy movie, there was a lot of interesting stuff, mainly the characters. Spoiler alert, just for the sake of the video. Of course, the unsurprising debut of Fox McCloud in the movie, but also Game & Watch, Rob, Princess Daisy. I think it's pretty safe to say that Super Smash is on the horizon. And with those characters being shown in the movie, I'm pretty sure it's safe to say that we're gonna have these next few movies: Star Fox, obviously Super Mario 3, and then ultimately, no pun intended, you've shown Game & Watch, you've shown Rob. Super Smash, it seems like it's on the horizon now. Which has gotten me to question, how is Nintendo gonna navigate from here, from the Super Mario Galaxy movie, all the way to Super Smash Bros., the first one. Now, obviously, the next Nintendo movie is going to be Legend of Zelda, based off of the Breath of the Wild series. Now, I don't know if they're doing this Breath of the Wild movie based on the game, or it's a whole retelling of the whole game, but there has to be at least one indicator that Link will be in the Super Smash Bros. Movie. In my opinion, for the next movies leading up to Super Smash Bros. And the post-scene credits, I feel like there has to be a little bit of like a summoning thing, like Portal or whatever. You get what I'm saying? I believe after Link defeats Ganon for the billionth time, then at the post-scene credits, he gets summoned or teleported or portaled or... Now, spoiler alert again, this is about the Super Mario Galaxy movie, but how Fox gets into the movie is that he gets stranded on the Gateway Galaxy. But the big problem for Fox, this is not his dimension, this is not his universe. Apparently, he comes from a different universe and something happened to him, and with the ship, I think that's how it went. He ultimately gets sent to where the Mario universe is. And in the movie, he runs into Princess Peach and Toad, who's trying to find help from someone to be able to rescue Rosalina from Bowser. And at the end of the movie, with their help, after helping them out, he is able to travel back again to his own universe. Now, with all that being said, obviously the next movie needs to be Star Fox. Now, Star Fox, as a movie idea, it's not the greatest. The video game is pretty simple. If any of you have ever played the game, it's basically just a simple FPS shooter with lasers doing barrel rolls, getting quotes from the Fox crew, and you are leading up to the final boss, Wolf, where you defeat him. As a movie concept, it's not the greatest, especially with how Nintendo has been approaching Super Mario and Super Mario Galaxy. I personally don't believe that that should be the direction, where it's just a standalone movie and then referencing in its own video game franchise. Now, the movie can go one of two ways. First, right at the start of the movie, he gets back into where his universe is, and then we have a lead up to Wolf. Or it's just him trying to travel across different dimensions to finally get back to his world. But either idea, I think there should be a crucial side story. Me personally, I think he should run into Samus. The Galactic Bounty Hunter, and look, Metroid is a great movie idea, but as a standalone film and Nintendo franchise, I don't think it's a profit if you just make this a straight up standalone Metroid movie. Even with its best quality, which you can do because it's basically Alien but Nintendo. Even if you do that, I think Nintendo would probably put too much money into it and the movie will flop. But with Fox McCloud riding the wave of from Super Mario Galaxy, then I believe that a Star Fox / Metroid type movie, collab, whatever, would be the best idea. Throw in the side story of Fox. Let's say in this scenario, we go with the story of him trying to travel across back to his dimension throughout the whole movie. He runs into Samus where she is trying to capture and defeat Ridley. And me personally, I think both universes fit really well with each other. I think Fox would be able to play off Samus, and Samus would be able to play off Fox very well. with how it's seemingly natural the characters are to be together and fighting alongside one another. I think it's a great idea. And on a plus, throwing Captain Falcon in there. Let Fox somehow be in the F-Zero universe. Just for the heck of it. Now the next movie to talk about is Super Mario 3 or Super Mario Galaxy 3 Tress. I don't know. Now at the end of Super Mario Galaxy, they showed Princess Daisy helping out someone in the Gateway Galaxy. And if they are showing a clone of Princess Peach, sorry to the Daisy fans, but if they are, then we're probably likely gonna get the Wario Bros. Both Wario and Waluigi will be in Super Mario 3. Now how they would be introduced in the movie, I don't know. The last two Super Mario movies, they've been kind of like, oh, let's just put this in and put this in and give no context on why they are in the movies. And if you want to add context, I don't just have Bowser and Bowser Jr. hire them to distract the Mario Bros. From what their ultimate plan is. Nintendo has utilized the Wario Bros. As villains or heroes. It's not, but mainly kind of ultimately at the end they are gonna save people in some ways. I don't know. And that's what happened with Super Smash Bros. Brawl, where Wario, he was helping out the big bad in that game. But ultimately at the end, he helps the heroes. And I think Bowser and Bowser Jr.'s ultimate plan is to introduce the other Bowser kids and then have all the Mario heroes team up. Rosalina, Princess Peach, Princess Daisy, maybe even the Wario Bros. Team up with the Mario Bros. And Donkey Kong and go up against Bowser and Bowser Jr. and the other kids. It's a pretty simple idea. Now, for the elephant in the room, the hardest character to think about here, Pikachu. Because we already have actually two Pikachu movies that are kind of pretty recent. The first one being obviously Detective Pikachu, and it made a bank on the box office. It's a well-known version of Pikachu now. And not only that, we have seen Charizard, Mewtwo. And then the other version of Pikachu is, I believe, the Netflix remake of the first Pokemon original movie. And the animation there is just straight up traditional Pikachu. Now, me personally, the version of Pikachu I would go with will be the one that has Ash Ketchum in it. Ash Ketchum. I know in the Super Smash games there is a character called Pokemon Trainer, but I think just having straight up Ash Ketchum being a part of the universe makes this a lot more easier. And I do think the animation style fits this version of Nintendo a lot better than Detective Pikachu. Now, I know what some of y'all are thinking. I'm basically listing the original Super Smash Bros. Game roster. And some of y'all, I know y'all are excited for, what about Earthbound? What about Ness? Sorry, that's not gonna happen. Sorry. Now, out of all the Nintendo games, Earthbound, Mother are the best ideas. But unfortunately, there hasn't been even a new video game of that. So let alone a movie, I think it is more likely to flop than Metroid. Sorry, NES fans. And also to mention Jigglypuff. We don't need Jigglypuff. Now the last character I'm gonna talk about that will be in the final Super Smash Bros. First movie, Kirby. Now, should there be a standalone Kirby movie? Maybe, but I would not go with that. Sorry, I would not have a Kirby standalone movie. I'm sorry. I would rather introduce him in the Super Smash Bros. Movie. And I'm pretty sure some of y'all know where I'm getting at. Because the creator of Super Smash Bros., Masahiro Sakurai, is also the creator of Kirby. And plus, I think some of y'all have noticed, anybody who has played most of the games or all the games, I think you would see the weird connection with Kirby and Super Smash Bros. Because in the first game, in the intro sequence, we have Mario versus Kirby going one-on-one. In Super Smash Bros. Brawl, in the Subspace Emissary story, we have the first fight, Kirby versus Mario again, where you can choose one another to battle one another. And in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, in the story mode, we have all these characters getting attacked, assaulted, and turned into trophies. Even Sonic, who's the fastest thing alive, somehow gets hit by this thing. But yet, it's Kirby and is the last man standing and is the starter character for the story mode in Ultimate. In this sense, I think The best idea is to have Kirby be the first character to appear in Super Smash Bros., the first movie. Have the starting scene be in Dreamland, where he is battling King Dedede. But, as I mentioned earlier, gets summoned, teleported, portaled, blah, gets teleported into a dark abyss. And you hear a voice, a haunting type of voice. Now, as for Super Smash Bros. The movie, how I would want it to go, that's for another time. So, the movies I believe that should be in order: Super Mario 1, Super Mario Galaxy, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Star Fox / Metroid, Super Mario 3, into Smash Brothers. No Pokemon movie, sorry. After what I said about Pikachu, I don't think there has to be a Pokemon movie. And what characters do I think should be in the Super Smash Brothers movie? I believe Mario, Link, Kirby, Pikachu, Samus, Fox, Captain Falcon. Just those 7. Obviously, I'm missing the other 3 Mario characters in Yoshi, Luigi, and Donkey Kong, but I do believe 7 characters from different franchises is enough. And those are my thoughts on Super Mario Galaxy and what I think should happen afterwards. What do you think? Thank you for watching. See ya.